Mr. N L Sai Ram, a veteran in the financial sector with over 2 decades of service, most recently as Vice President and Senior Investigator at Axis Bank. You've led investigations into some really high-stake cases, ATM-related incidents, cash misappropriation, serious internal fraud. In moments like those, it's not just about knowing the rules, it's about staying calm when the pressure is sky high.
At the end of the day, ensure that we meet the deadlines given by the bank for reporting and also to ensure that the case is closed in a logical manner.
Sir, after a career grounded in trust, operational excellence, and investigative leadership, do you see yourself contributing at the boardroom level going forward?
And here I'd like to thank the Directors Institute for providing a platform and also the material given, it is really useful. And still I'm pursuing the course, so I have more things to learn from the institute.
Hello and welcome to another episode of FaceTime with Leaders brought to you by Directors Institute, where we sit down with remarkable professionals shaping industries with purpose, precision, and principle. Today, we have the privilege of speaking with a leader whose career is a blueprint for resilience, integrity, and operational mastery in the banking world. Joining us is Mr. N L Sai Ram, a veteran in the financial sector with over 2 decades of service, most recently as Vice President and Senior Investigator at Axis Bank. Mr. Sai Ram, we're absolutely delighted to have you on the show. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders.
Thank you, Tanmay. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure indeed.
The pleasure is all ours, sir. From leading 45 branches in the circle operations team across multiple circles to investigating complex fraud cases with surgical precision, he's someone who's seen banking from every angle and handled every challenge with calm authority. His story isn't just about banking, it's about building systems people can trust, creating teams that uphold compliance, and continuously adapting to a rapidly changing financial landscape. But before we get into the milestones and the moments that shaped your professional path, I'd love to step back for a minute, sir. Could you take us through your journey in your own words? Like what inspired you to start? What shaped your direction? And how did it all come together?
Thank you, Tanmay, once again. I'm a commerce graduate and I have mastered in commerce. And when I was doing my cost accountancy, we have been preparing for different competitive exams. And simultaneously, by the time I have completed my ICAA final, I also got an opportunity to serve with Vaishya Bank. There, I have started my career with the banking industry. That I have started my career with the banking industry, I did not look back that particularly that I am from ICAA, I have to do something in cost accountancy. It's not the way. Basing on the qualification and basing on my starting point, I have decided, or with the guidance from my senior leaders also, I have decided to continue with the banking industry.
Lovely,
And
sir. Yeah. Please go ahead.
during my tenure at Vaishya Bank, I have handled the basic front desk operations along with the cashier counter and everything. Then I groomed myself as a scale one officer in the bank. And after a period of about 3 years stint, I have moved to Vaishya, this Axis Bank, the then UTI Bank.
Yes, sir. Correct. Lovely. That's quite a journey, sir. So now I have to ask, you've led investigations into some really high stake cases, ATM related incidents, cash misappropriation, serious internal fraud. In moments like those, it's not just about knowing the rules, it's about staying calm when the pressure is sky high. So what does it truly take to build that kind of mental resilience, to hold your ground, lead a team and still think clearly when everything around you feels like a crisis?
Like there are 2 3 things I'd like to say here. First and foremost, the information we receive after the incident occurred, it is just like a postmortem. Something has happened, and then we have to go back, understand where the process gaps are there, and actually what is the chronology of events which took place, whether it is ATM related incident or cash misappropriation or any other incident also. We'll receive a final outcome that some particular loss has happened to the customer or some particular robbery has happened in the ATM, or any misappropriation took place in any other area or like that. So basically, we need to interact with the different stakeholders like branch staff, the ATM service channel, or the concerned employees in case employees are involved, and any other outsider or insider, whoever is involved. And basing on the inputs which we received, including CCTV footage wherever applicable or required, and all other inputs, will arrive at a conclusion. During this process, at times, in case of high value frauds or anything like that, simultaneously we also need to take care of RBI and other statutory related reportings also. Here, this is where the team work will also come into picture. Aside to me, at times I also need to take the help of my team members, or vice versa. In case the same particular case is assigned to any individual or in my team member, and he is muddled with lot of works, or simultaneously we have to do several investigation reports also. At times it is a two-way process. Either I used to help my team member or take a help from the team member, and at the end of the day ensure that we meet the deadlines given by the bank for reporting, and also to ensure that the case is closed in a logical manner.
That is information. So that would require a lot of interaction with a lot of different people, right, sir?
Different stakeholders. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, over 2 decades in the banking space, you've seen the industry shift from ledgers and stamps to dashboards and analytics. Sir, I'm curious, what's one change or innovation you personally embraced early on that really paid off in the long run, both for you and the teams you led?
Basically, I'd like to say that I have started with pure branch banking, where we used to do transactions with the customers across the counter, and also in the very beginning we also used to maintain certain manual ledgers also in the around 2000, between 97 and 2000. And that is a time where there is also computerized branch banking systems, where the systems were in place, and we need to ensure that the conversion of these manual records or everything into system. And once the system is installed and maintained, naturally it is a cakewalk that all the databases available in the system, and even the account opening was done at the branch level. And I've seen different stages during this 2 decades. Like in the very beginning, say in the my case only, the account opening, everything was done at the branch level. So we used to garner the accounts. We used to do the actual opening of the setting up of account in the system at the branch level, so that the same account opening number is given to the customer on the same day or within a short span. Simultaneously, checkbook is issued to the customer, and customer is also happy one way. At the same time, with the given volumes or increase in numbers, the practically it is not possible to do the same thing. With the changes in the banking scenario and everything, there are many things which are automatized, and there are many things which were centralized also. So in recent times, even the account opening was being done at the branch level, at the customer level itself, basing on the digital platform. Once the customer is ready with the KYC documents and everything, it is a cakewalk. This is one.
Yeah.
And another thing I'd like to highlight is, during my tenure of about this 15, 20 years, in between, earlier, the clearing process was manual. Physically, checks used to get moved from one branch to another branch and bank, and then they used to exchange the checks in a common processing center, which earlier they used to call service branch or check processing center. The till 2006, I believe till 2006 or 7, there was a micro processing center in each area, like Delhi, Vizag, or any different major cities. All the checks used to get physically traveled from presenting bank to the dry bank branch. There, the respective account used to be debited, or in case of any funds insufficiency or any other technical reason, the checks were returned and everything used to take place. There is a major change between 2005 or 2006 and 2010, which is called check truncation system, wherein the image of the check was truncated, and the checks were maintained at the presenting bank branches itself. Only the image used to travel from the presenting bank to the dry bank branch. With this transition, and basically based on this requirement, all the statutory requirements like Negotiable Instrument Act and RBI and other necessary implementations were also took place. And between 2010 and 2007, rather 2007 and 10, our bank is one of the pilot banks, wherein this check truncation was started in Delhi as a pilot run with a small set of banks, and gradually it is expanded to the NCR, Delhi and NCR. And finally, in 2010, it was started and pan India, this check truncation was implemented. During this period, initially, the certain number of checks from that micro processing center were moved to check truncation, and as it got stabilized, the number of checks which were moved from this micro processing center to check truncation system were gradually moved from 100% to 0% in micro, and all the checks were brought into the check truncation system.
That would have really started saving up some time, I assume, and effort.
And because of this, there is a main advantage to the customer as well as to the entrepreneur rather, and to the banks.
Correct.
Like earlier, they used to take 2-3 days time. Nowadays, the same thing is getting cleared in hardly one day. T plus
Yeah.
one, it is getting cleared, and the instrument is getting returned also.
So, given that you've personally handled both customer grievances and serious fraud investigation, I love your perspective. In today's fast paced digital first world, how can banks genuinely rebuild and sustain trust, especially when customer expectations keep evolving almost overnight?
It is mainly all the banks nowadays concentrating on the customer service, not merely in terms of saying service, but in terms of the increased expectations of the customers first. And mainly focus is on the digital platform. Research is going on many levels, including the AI and wherever it is possible. Earlier, even a small change of mobile number, which used to take a lot of time, customer used to visit the branch. Initially, it was done at branch level. With the centralization, they have adopted a process where all the requests are being sent to the particular hub, where these requests are being actually entered in the system or updated in the system, so that the customer is done. Nowadays, with this digital introduction of this digital platform and everything, even the customer, they themselves, him himself can make necessary these updations and do the needful. The only challenge is with the increase in this digital innovation and digital technology and upgradation, everything, simultaneously, there is a chance that the fraudsters also go ahead. They do understand, they do behave, they do go one ahead. This is where the banks are facing a challenge. And the way the banks are doing well because only of the implementation of stricter policies like two-way token authorization for making any transactions or updations. In case of, say, for example, one particular customer want to make any change in the system, automatically customer can do using his mobile number, mobile instrument. At the same time, there will be two authorizations also given, so that it will be ensured that the right customer only does the necessary modifications.
Yes, sir. So, after a career grounded in trust, operational excellence, and investigative leadership, do you see yourself contributing at the boardroom level going forward? Or perhaps there's a larger vision or aspiration you're working towards that continues to inspire you today?
Like here, I'd like to say a few things. Prior to my investigation, I also have worked in a circle level environment, wherein we used to take care of the branch banking operations in my assigned branches. During this time, I used to ensure, or I used to assist my branches in ensuring that they reach all their operational parameters and be the best branches in operational excellence in terms of cash management, giving best service to the customers, ensure that they do the first time right in processing of the applications, whether it is processing of savings or current accounts or service requests also. with the background or with the say experience in branch banking as well as the operations and investigation skills with over a 2 decades of experience. I'd like to first of all thank our Directors Institute for showing me a way that there is one more opportunity with a given experience wherein I can enter a boardroom, wherein I have during this short span I could go through different courses assigned to me like ESG, corporate governance, and also I have taken this opportunity to brush myself in, I can say, I have studied this company side sometime back in about 15-20 years. During this 15-20 years, I have been more into banking or something. Now it is a revision for me in increasing my exposure in company law and all other related formalities or activities where I can show more leadership. I can take more leadership roles also in banking or any other organization. Wherever it is required, I can churn myself, and here I'd like to thank the Directors Institute for providing my platform, and also the material given. It is really useful. And still I'm on pursuing the course. So I have more things to learn from the institute.
I think any company, it would be a privilege for them to have you on board, sir, with your experience and your background. Sir, you've been a part of Directors Institute community. If you were to reflect on your journey with the institute, what stood out to you the most, and how has it personally or professionally impacted the way you now view leadership, governance, or future roles?
Here I'd like to say a few things. First of all, I'm glad that they have been welcomed in a very, I can say, receptible manner. My profile was studied by the institute team members, and I was given a guidance also. Aside to that, the curriculum which was included, by covering all this curriculum, I'm sure that I can stay up to the expectations of the management. And as a good board member, I think I can prove myself. For which I'd like to thank the Directors Institute once again.
Um, it's been a pleasure, sir, and that brings us to the end of this truly insightful conversation. Mr. Sai Ram, thank you so much for sharing not just your experiences, but your values, your reflections, and your vision for what leadership should look like, especially in sectors like banking where trust is everything. From managing branch networks to leading high stake investigations and now preparing for strategic roles through your journey with Directors Institute, your story is a powerful reminder that consistency, integrity, and quiet strength leave the deepest impact.
Thank you, Tanmay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And to our audience, we hope today's episode left you with a fresh perspective on leadership, governance, and the human side of operational excellence. Thank you so much for tuning in and hope to see all of you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.